Welcome to the garage. Wish I could tell you I knew what we were gonna do today, but I really don't know. We have a lot to do on our mini truck. We have even more to do on our hot rod. I think it might be a catch-up day. We gotta shave the door handle and lock on this side because we haven't done that yet. So yeah, if we can get everything kind of caught up,
that would be great.
I'd be happy. That's not just a flat panel. It's got some contour to it, and that lock hole has some funny spots around it. A step bit like this, that'll round that out and make things a whole lot easier. There's a whole lot of ways to skin this cat. We could cut out a big area around it. Doing it like that is a good idea a lot of times because if the filler or primer shrinks back over time, it's not gonna leave a faint outline of the door handle. But I got a different idea. Those will work. That contour in the door, we made this wooden contour gauge, wooden buck thing, whatever you want to call it. It matches the contour that we have to convince our sheet metal that it needs to be in. It needs to look like this. Got it. That should work well. Finding that shape is easy. It's like elementary school art class. Rub it with a pencil or a dirty finger. That works too. Then you just gotta pull the tape off and stick it to the filler piece. We got a good coat of etching primer on the back sides of both of those pieces. And while that dries, we'll clean the paint off the handle and lock hole in the door. That way our metal glue machine can do its work. This area right here, if we were to just weld this on there, we'd have a potential issue of water getting in these holes and just kind of hanging out down there, and that area rusting, and just, it wouldn't be good. But I know that I can get in there after the fact and cut that out. That's doing an extremely good job of holding that piece of sheet metal in that shape. So for now, while we weld this on there, I'm gonna leave it. Because like I said, it's holding its shape and it's more material to absorb some of that heat from the welder. So we're gonna use that to our advantage because we don't want this to heat up and warp up and turned into a wavy mess like that wave pool we all almost drowned in the 80s and 90s. It's also nice that it still has that rolled edge on it because it gives us a nice area to put some weld in. We're gonna start at 2 and 25. That's a Hobart 210 MVP welder, by the way. It's treated me great for a long time. Building frames, suspension work, and even sheet metal. I run it on 230, but it's got this adapter. You could run it on 110. I just don't think you can take it past this 3. I actually rarely take it past the 3. Maybe a little less wire speed. Try to keep these tacks a little lower so we have less to grind off. That's pretty good. So like always, we're definitely taking our time on this, especially around the lock hole, because it doesn't have that nice support like this handle does. We put too much heat around this lock hole, this whole area can end up wavy. And we don't want our truck waving at people as it drives down the road. We'll leave that for Daisy. Let that cool for a bit. Let these sit for a second. Holy smokes, is it nice out. Had to get out and enjoy that for a minute. What do you think we should do for a second color on those? Totally agree. Chamois. I use these Cubitron roll-out discs from 3M. Nice, like it was never there. Hit it with some 80 grit on a DA. Then 180. We could prime over 180. So we want to get some epoxy primer on this now. Maybe a couple other things too.
I don't know if we'll have enough time.
But birds are just singing away out there. Anyway, we have a problem. That compressor is making so much water. We can't spray any sort of primer or paint or anything like that with that compressor right now. And looking at our air plumbing job in here, we kind of botched that up in a couple places. Screwed the pooch. We won the blunder award on that one. We screwed up, guys. Well, really just down here. What a mess. We came out of the compressor through this to that T over here, and the line goes up and around. But we brought one down from that T thinking, well, some of the water would fall down that way. Thought it would be a great idea if it drained along with this drain on the bottom of the compressor. Here's where that's messed up. Number one, our ball valve here to shut the air off doesn't work anymore because it just comes from the bottom of the tank. In fact, that also means this doesn't work either because it's just coming from the bottom of the tank. And since air compressors make water, there's water sitting at the bottom of this tank, right where the air is picking it up and probably shooting it back up that line. So that was dumb. We also have a T up there where this hose reel is connected to the bottom of it. So any water that ends up over there is gonna drop down right into the hose reel. But that's not our only problem. That thing is broken and leaks like crazy and getting worse. So we're gonna fix it. We also have another valve we're gonna put on the bottom, like right there. So that way the bottom of the tank won't be supplying air to the rest of the line, and we can drain them both individually. We got this 3-stage water trap air filter thing from Nanu. It's got a particulate filter, a coalescing filter, and a desiccant filter. I don't know what any of that means, but we got it. Got a gauge too. Amazon special right there. You can find a link in the video description, an affiliate link, so that'll even help out the channel if somebody were to want one. Wait. Don't throw away fittings. I just zip tied it to it right now because I have plans for this whole area, so I'm gonna have to make a bracket to put it out front someday. We gotta add these desiccant beads to the bowl in that desiccant filter. Oh, double wrapped. So this further cleans the air as well as dries it. Dang, all over the floor.
They run all over.
So when the element in this one needs to be changed, that thing pops up. And when these beads need to be changed, they turn pink. We have extras of both. Put this gauge on now. No see-ums. They're annoying, because you no see them. They hurt too. They actually leave me alone for the most part. They love my wife though. She's the best bug repellent I got, because when she's around, they leave me alone. Ah, dang it. Broke it. Dang it.
Bogus.
It's all right. I got another one, and I got this piece out. That's a very expensive tool you never want to take out. Sure glad I have it when I need it, though. Those two things should help out quite a bit. Those other two things, they can wait. We're still not going to be spraying the primer out of a gun right now anyway. So I got some more of this 2K epoxy primer in a can, you know, with the activator in the bottom. So we're just going to use that.
You can do anything you want.
But we got to take that door off first because that trim is still on there and we don't want to get any primer on it. One thing I see a lot is people just putting down a tape line and then priming right up to it, and you end up with a square around your door handle or whatever you did. If you want to piss off your future self or your body guy, go ahead and do it that way. But we're going to backmask it. We put the paper down like this, kind of backwards, so we can roll it over. So what we end up with is a soft line where that primer will kind of feather itself into. It's going to leave a feathered edge instead of a hard edge that you need to sand down. We do it with tape too. We've used this here a lot. It's an actual 2K epoxy primer in an aerosol can. So if you don't have a big air compressor or it's full of water, you can just use this. And they have a poly primer and base coat and clear coat and 2K paint. There's some Viper Red and Arctic White here in the refrigerator. You don't keep paint in your refrigerator? So the activator is here in the bottom, and it's got a little button they put on the cap here. You take that off, put it on the bottom, push it in, cracks that open and releases it into the paint. Start with a light tack coat, then 2 full wet coats. And that should do just fine. Peachy even.
Excellent!
That too. So we can do body work over epoxy primer. But until we get to that stage, It's fine just hanging out. And you know what? It's not gonna get rusty like some of these other areas are. We're getting there. We're doing whatever we can. Like every other regular guy in a regular garage, we're working on a budget, a little one. You know, the last time we spent any real money on this truck was when we did this sunroof, that sliding rag top from Legacy. So if you want to help out the channel, we just opened up channel memberships. 3 tiers. One as low as $1.99. I think I'll give this bottle opener away with that wallet. If the chain's not your thing, it comes off. I'll get these on the website, ltscustomgarage.com. Coupon code YouTube24 for a 10% discount for goofing off in the garage with me. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you out there. Oh, and watch this one too.